Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and we have quite a bit of catching up to do. This is the longest break that I've taken since starting my channel and I'm so happy to be back and making videos. Having taken this break has made me realize how much I love YouTube, I love posting, and I love interacting with you all. So I'm so excited to be back. I'm not sure if anyone cares, but as far as where I've been, unfortunately, my fiance got COVID and she had a pretty bad case of COVID. She wasn't hospitalized or anything like that, but she was very, very sick. She had to take antivirals, and while she had COVID, she also got bronchitis. So she was extremely sick for a while, and somehow I didn't get COVID or bronchitis. I don't know. I got really lucky. She was down bad, like living on the couch for a while, and I was in full-time, take care of her mode, but also too, I had to isolate. This month has just been kind of the series of unfortunate events, except honestly, everybody is fine and healthy now and we're all gonna be okay. So that is why I was gone for 2+ weeks. I have so many empties built up. It's absolutely crazy. There's honestly so much. I think that it is a month of empties, I'm pretty sure. I got through some really good blends and I'm gonna try to be quick. I'm gonna try to be concise, but you guys seem to like my long videos too, which I really appreciate because it kind of takes the pressure off and I can just sit here and chat like we're just talking. But how have you guys been? I have seriously missed talking to you all in the comments. What is everybody up to? How is your fall treating you? How was October for you? One other thing, I'm thinking that I'm going to start making some non-wax related videos, specifically just like vlogging, planning my wedding. Our wedding is actually in almost 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I don't think I've said on here at all that we were getting married like this year. We got engaged technically in August, but just background on us, we have been together for almost 3 years and we have known that we've wanted to get married for a really long time. And so we have been like low-key planning our wedding for like 2 years, honestly. But we were just waiting for like the timing of everything to be right. But we are having a small wedding, so we were able to have a quick turnaround time on it. It is just very close friends and family, but it was really important to us to be legally married by the end of the year, whether that be us having to go get legally married like at the courthouse and have a wedding later on. We were both really hoping that we didn't have to do that. But just for a lot of reasons, it was really important that we were married to us, that we were married by the end of the year. And luckily we are able to still have the wedding that we want to have, which is small and intimate, but still really nice, before the end of the year. So we are actually getting married on November 9th. And, I have obviously like done most of the planning at this point, but there isn't really anything that I would have vlogged because it was basically, touring the venue and like all of that, yeah, but I wouldn't have filmed in our meetings. And the other things were just kind of like researching and talking to people on the phone and all that stuff. But I want to kind of like go over everything that I did. And then now, it being the home stretch, I want to vlog how all of everything is coming together. So I want to do that. I'm also doing my own makeup for the wedding, and I want to do I've been doing like practice makeup trials, but I want to film a couple of them, and I wanted to do like a get ready with me, doing a test run of my wedding makeup and also just like chatting. So let me know if you would watch non-wax related videos. Let me know what you think about that, and with all of that being said, I hope I can cut out a lot of this yapping, but we are going to jump right into the wax. So I'm going to start with L3. I have 4 scoops that I finished, which feels like such an accomplishment This first one was Vanilla Bean Noel, Vanilla Butter Fudge, and Vanilla Cookies. This was just the ultimate vanilla scent. It was very light and gentle, but my nose still can pick up vanilla really well, even though it is typically more of a gentle scent. Any scoop from L3 performs so well in my Accord warmer in my kitchen. Even ones that seem like they're going to be light end up doing really well. So this was just a really nice vanilla. I would melt it complimentary with other sweet scents or bakery scents that I just wanted an extra hint of vanilla. So that one was really nice. That would be a repurchase. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say if I would repurchase the scent or not, because I don't do that normally in my empties, and that's just kind of a concise way to be like yes, no, maybe. So that was that one. Next one was Jelly Donuts, Zucchini Bread, and Cream Cheese Frosting. This is another definitely would repurchase. This is my favorite jelly donut scent I've ever smelled. L3's jelly donut is really good. It's a really good mix of the fried dough and the jelly. Some jelly donuts can be overly fruity, and you know, sometimes that fruity note can go either way. This is a really nice jam type of jelly donut, but the jelly is not overpowering, but adding that zucchini bread and the cream cheese frosting just made it perfect. It made it into what I want a jelly donut oil to smell like. It was like jelly donut with enhanced frosting and breadiness. Really good. Would definitely repurchase. This is another would definitely repurchase. This is one of my favorites of the month. This was apple pumpkin strudel, zucchini bread, and glazed donuts. What a good combo. This is my perfect apple bakery because it is one that is not offensive to my fiance who hates fresh apple scents, which, funny thing, when she had COVID, she did lose her sense of smell for like a couple of weeks, and I melted apple literally the whole 2 weeks. But this is one that even she liked. It is just this really slight hint of apple, but it's heavy on the fried dough from the fritters and the glazed donuts. It has that deep, rich zucchini bread, and it's a apple pumpkin strudel, so it's even less appley than apple strudel, which I even think is like a pretty tame baked apple scent. But this is really nice. This was a nice warm fall bakery. Loved it. Worked really well to complement a bunch of different scents. I melted it kind of with everything. I melted it in combination with coffee, with bakery, with bready, with cake, with other apple scents, even with like a hay or leaves scent. I would put this in the background with it, and it just made such a nice mix. Definitely would repurchase this one. This one was warm vanilla sugar, vanilla birch, and sugar cookie royale. I would say I would repurchase this one, but I actually have another one already. But yes, I liked this enough to rebuy. The warm vanilla sugar and the vanilla birch, they blended together to make a body care vanilla. It had this really deep sugared quality. There wasn't any tree from the birch. It was one of those ones where that sugar cookie royale and warm vanilla sugar just outnumbered the birch. Vanilla birch on its own from L3 is super birchy, but with these, this just smelled like a really deep, almost earthy, sugary body care with this like baked cookie. It was really, really good, really strong, really rich, really sweet. I really enjoyed it. I finished a few samples as well. This one was Silent Hill. This was like a fall bakery, more of like a fall sweet scent, because it was a little bit syrupy. It kind of reminded me of like a fig rhubarb, but if there was also maybe like a French toast with it. It was fine, but it wasn't something that I would seek out for the future. This was just plain blue sugar. Blue sugar is a great scent to me. It is a really sweet unisex sugared fragrance with, you know, maybe just a slight hint of masculinity. I like it on its own. I like it blended. I love all the sugars. They're hard to describe, but if you haven't tried it, try it so you can just know if you like it or not. I recommend just giving it a shot because they're really good. This one was pumpkin pecan waffles, bourbon butterscotch, and zucchini bread. Definitely would buy this one if I, when I ever buy L3 again, which I'm making great progress on my L3 collection. I just have to say I'm really proud of where I've gotten my number to. But this was really good. The bourbon butterscotch gave it this deep, gooey richness, almost this like fresh caramel type of scent. Not fresh, but like just reduced, cooked down, still hot on the stove caramel. Pumpkin pecan waffles added that to that butteriness, and then zucchini bread rounded it out and gave it that bready base to sit on. It was a really good, really rich, sweet bakery. And this one was Mermaid Munchies. This was a really feminine, fruity, aquatic perfume scent. It wasn't aquatic in the way that Acqua di Gio is, which is like a harsh, masculine leaning aquatic. This was almost like a fruity aquatic. It smells kind of like L'Oreal No Tears shampoo. That's what it is. I've been trying to put my finger on it for so long. The watermelon one. Thank you. I've been trying to figure out what this smelled like, and it just came to me on a whim. I really liked this. It brought me back to childhood, obviously, but I like the feminine, fruity, sweet aquatics much more than those like harsh, masculine aquatics. It definitely wasn't that. It was good. Then this was strawberry jam, fresh baked bread, and sweet lavender. This was nice. It was a really good balance of all three of the scents. I love the L3 strawberry jam. It's a very, very deep, rich, macerated fruit scent. It's very strong. It is a little overpowering. Some people don't prefer it. Personally, it is like my perfect strawberry. But the fresh baked bread and the sweet lavender did come out as well. Fresh baked bread is a salty bread scent to me. It has this almost not overpowering, but dominant saltiness to it. And then the sweet lavender was, that was meant to be the highlight note. I think this was from the sweet lavender sampler. And you could definitely still smell the lavender. It was really good. It almost made it like a fruity leaning lavender with a little bit of this salty bread. It sounds like it would be weird, but it worked. Yeah, I can still smell it in here. And it's the strawberry jam and the lavender blend really, really well together to make this super fruity lavender. And then you just get this hint of like, you know that a bakery is there. But I like this. It was unique. It was fun. I don't think I would buy it again because I have many, many more strawberry lavender bakery blends that I favor far more than this one, but it was fun while it lasted. This is Amaretto Cookie Cottage. Absolutely loved this. L3 has a great amaretto to me. It does not lean cherry. It doesn't have that super fake almond extract cherry leaning quality to me. To me, the L3 amaretto is just a sweet, rich, creamy, nutty scent. I really, really enjoy it. And then Cookie Cottage is this super, super dense ultimate cookie blend. And this was just a really, really, really overly sweet, rich, nutty cookie scent. Definitely would buy this again. I'm pretty sure, no, I got Amaretto Give Me All the Carbs, but Amaretto Cookie Cottage, I would definitely buy that again. That was really good. This was Cupcakes at Tiffany's, lemon pound cake, cream cheese frosting, and zucchini bread. This is one that I requested earlier in the month when L3, we were making all our final requests, and I just thought that this sounded like the ultimate lemon pound cake scent, and it just really worked out. The Cupcakes at Tiffany's, cream cheese frosting, and zucchini bread added all of the additional elements that a lemon pound cake kind of needs to really like be well-rounded and really good, and not too lemony, not enough lemony. It just really balanced it. It really worked out. It was a really sweet, bready, strong lemon pound cake, lemon bakery scent. No cleaner, harsh lemon at all. Really enjoyed it. I already did repurchase this one with my last round of customs that I did with L3, so I have more of this to enjoy, and I'm very glad about that. This was Baja Cactus Blossom, Boom Boom, and Saltwater Mermaid. This was very similar to that Mermaid Munchies sampler that I was talking about. It was a sweet, fruity, feminine, aquatic body care, and it did smell like L'Oreal No Tears shampoo in a way. Saltwater Mermaid is like, it does have a little bit more of that aquatic end to it than Mermaid Munchies does, but Baja Cactus Blossom is like this, it's this really nice, fruity, floral, aquatic scent. And then Boom Boom is that pistachio, salted caramel, jasmine, rich, that Sol de Janeiro. And these just blended together really nicely, and it made this really pretty, fruity, summery, feminine, aquatic scent. I don't know if I would necessarily buy this again, but I did really enjoy it. The only reason why I feel like I wouldn't buy it again is because it's just not something I need to melt again. I loved it for what it was, but it doesn't need to be a repeat. This was Blue Sugar, Sweet Lavender, and Seaside Cotton. This was really, really good. I'm not huge on the laundry scents or the cotton scents, but sometimes they can really hit when you want something clean, as long as they're mixed with something. And I feel like the cotton scents are a little bit, they work a little better for me than the detergent-y scents. I've had Blue Sugar mixed with like a fresh cotton scent before, and it worked out really well because Blue Sugar is that perfumey, like I said, slightly masculine sweet scent, but it does have this hint of clean to it. So it just really goes, it blends kind of seamlessly with the cotton and adds this sweetness while toning down the harshness. But the Sweet Lavender in here is what really set this apart for me, because I could really smell that pretty lavender coming through, and instead of blending with the cotton and making it smell like a dryer sheet or something, it didn't. It just smelled super feminine and calming and pretty, and I would repurchase this one. It was something unique for when I want a clean scent. It was really, really great. I enjoyed that a lot. This was Pecan Pie, Buttery Gingerbread, and Kettle Corn. This was a really nice gingerbread bakery without it being too gingery or smelling like a candied ginger. The buttery gingerbread is a good one for that because it really is a more buttery scent, but you still get those nice fall baking spices. I love the pecan pie with that because it adds a nuttiness to it. And then the kettle corn added a really nice like sweet and salty element. This was a really nice fall bakery scent. Don't think that I would repurchase because I've just had ones that are more kind of special or stand out to me, but this was really good. And if those scent notes are things that you love and have to have all the time, I would recommend blending the kettle corn with that gingerbread. It was really good. This was coconut cream pie, Nilla wafer, and pie crust. This was absolutely fantastic. This was so strong on warm. Coconut cream pie is this amazing light fluffy coconut scent with a really dominant and distinct pie crust note to it, and then you add extra pie crust, and so this was really, really nice, like sweet and salty kind of mix. And then the Nilla wafer added that crunchy sweet cookie scent, and this just, it performed so well, and it was just a super heavy, rich bakery. I loved it and would definitely repurchase this combo. This was strawberry, roasted pine cones, mallow fireside, and tonka bean. This was absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. The way that the strawberry blended with the roasted pine cones was so good. I went through my roasted pine cones era. I mean, I'm still in it, but I went so hard on buying roasted pine cones that I'm on a little bit of a hiatus with melting that scent just because I don't want to burn myself out on it because I love it. But adding that strawberry, adding the mallow fireside, and the tonka bean really like made this a more unique roasted pine cone scent than the other ones that I have in my collection. The hint of fruitiness, the hint of smoke, the hint of sweetness. Tonka bean is such a good scent to add when you don't want vanilla, but you don't want bakery, but you kind of want to add like a sweetness to it. Tonka bean is great for that. I will say this combo performed much better in small space. I tried it first in my open concept and did not have great luck, but then I melted it in the bedrooms and bathrooms and it was absolutely fantastic. I would repurchase this one. It was quite good. This was Salty Sea Air, Vanillary, and Caramel. This was a really good one. Vanillary is a lush type. To me, it is almost like a kind of beachy, salty, herbally vanilla. Goes really well with Salty Sea Air because it just enhances that saltiness, but the caramel brought this really, really rich sweetness with it to balance it out and not just make it smell like salty sea spray. This was such a good summery scent. I melted this on the last kind of hot day of the year this year, and it had its last shining moment, and I really, really liked this. I would repurchase this one. These two I will share together because they were, I don't even remember what they're called anymore. Trig Tarts. These were Trig Tarts. They are single scents from L3 that you can break off, but they break off into super little pieces. Not that you can't cut anything into little pieces, but they do it really seamlessly and satisfying. And these two scents I melted in the same warmer together, which is not something I typically do. But with these, oh, when I tell you, it worked out. For some reason, vanilla ice cream, you would think that that is not a super strong or dominant scent. It's so strong to me. I love it. It's such a creamy, rich vanilla. And then like I was just saying about Vanillary, it's a more herbal, kind of earthy, kind of musky vanilla. And the vanilla ice cream is so, so sweet and creamy. When you mix these together, it made this perfect middle balance vanilla. Like genuinely my perfect vanilla. It was absolutely incredible. I definitely would buy both of these again and mix them together. They were stunning. This is another one that I finished up on one of the last warm days of the year. This was a custom extra of mine, and I have to say I might be a little biased, but I feel like I hit it out of the park with this one. This was Boardwalk Mallow Clouds, Vanilla Lace, Powdered Donuts, and Salty Sea Air. Oh my gosh, this was the best summery scent. To me, this was like what I was trying to do was make my own version of what I want beach nights to smell like and see just like how it works out. And it really did that. This was so good. And really the addition of the powdered donuts is what set this one apart for me. Something about the powdered donuts with the salty sea air to die for. So good. Would 1000% repurchase, but I still have my custom loaf. So I'm thrilled about that and genuinely loved this so much. Really glad that I did that custom. And that is all of the L3. Okay, let's see where we're gonna go from here. I think I'm gonna do these Rose Girls. Yes. So this first one here was I Seriously Love You, Blackberry Fruit Loops and Cotton Candy Frosting. This one pretty much just smelled like Fruit Loops to me, just maybe with a little bit extra fruit from the blackberry, but I love Fruit Loops. This is one that I wouldn't repurchase because I prefer Fruit Loops with, honestly, with like a bakery or a bread or even like lemon pound cake or sugar milk, something like that. But it was one that was good while it lasted, and it was a nice like clean scent for my bathroom at the time. This was Strawberry Mallow Bread, Strawberry Jam, Marshmallow Smoothie, and Baked Zucchini Bread. This was a really good just strawberry bakery scent. The strawberry jam was definitely the dominant note. I do like the Rose Girl strawberry jam. It's a nice rich strawberry scent. I do wish that this one was heavier on the zucchini bread. It's definitely heavier on the strawberry jam. I do have more of this in my collection, but I probably would not repurchase this one because I prefer strawberry pound cake carbs or strawberry cookie land from Rose Girls. So but not a bad scent by any means, just definitely more dominant on the strawberry. This one was I'm Queen of Sandcastles. This was a blend of hashtag Squad Ghouls, which is dark amber, mixed berries, plums, and rich vanilla, with Beach Bonfire, which is campfire marshmallow, vanilla lace, and marshmallow fireside. This was nice. It was a very, very deep, sophisticated, mature, feminine body care scent. I didn't love, the part of this that I didn't love was the mix of the plum with the fireside. There was something about that, the smoky plum, that became very dominant, and it wasn't bad per se, but I just think if I had had some more of the amber and the vanilla lace, I probably would have enjoyed this more. But it was a unique scent and I did enjoy it while I melted it. This one was You Need to Calm Down, Sweet Lavender, Cotton Candy Frosting, and Vanilla Lace. This was so, so good in my bedrooms and bathrooms. This was just a super, super sugary, sweet lavender. Really liked this one. Really strong performer and definitely would repurchase. This is another really good one. This was Boom Booms in Cookie Land. Boom Boom type with confetti cake, toffee, butterscotch, pretzels, and cookies. Definitely would repurchase this one as well. It was so strong, long lasting, and really good. The Boom Boom was a really nice dupe of that rich caramel, pistachio, jasmine body care scent, but then the cake, the butterscotch pretzels, and the cookies definitely made it lean bakery. This was another one that I melted on the last few hot days, and it was really, really good. And yes, would repurchase this. Honestly, I love almost all the Cookie Land blends, so not surprising that I enjoyed it as much as I did. I have two things that I finished from Second and Spruce. This was strawberry pound cake, fresh strawberries, vanilla pound cake, and whipped cream. This was not my favorite strawberry pound cake that I've ever tried. There was almost a Play-Doh quality to this, which kind of surprised me. But yeah, this is not one that I was as much of a fan of as I thought it would be. This was pumpkin pecan waffles from Second and Spruce. This one, I mean, it was good. It was just plain pumpkin pecan waffles, single scent note. Second and Spruce performs fairly well for me, so it was good. I went through a couple of weeks this month, or maybe a week, where I was really just wanting pumpkin pecan waffles, and so I melted this then, and it did the job. Second and Spruce is one that I've only gotten from D-Stashes or friend mail or round robins. I've never made a purchase, and right now I am keeping it that way because there are just too many vendors that I do love and want to support or want to purchase from. So yeah, I still have a couple of things from D-Stashes, but not a whole lot. I have a few things from Sassy Girl Aroma. This first one was this little shot cup sample in roasting s'mores. This was pretty good. It had a little bit of a spice to it, like a little bit of a cinnamon, which I wasn't expecting, but I could smell the graham cracker, a little bit of like smoky fire. Definitely got that hint of chocolate, but then there was this like cinnamon to it. It wasn't bad by any means, but not something that I would seek out personally. This one was really good. This was, I think this label is my friend Amanda from Around Robin. This is Sassy Girl Aroma, Java Lava, brown sugared pound cake, and lattes. This was such a good, sweet, rich, buttery, delicious coffee scent. I really liked this one. Would repurchase. This was Sesame Street Bakery. This was Cookie Monster, Old Town Bake Shop, Birthday Cake, and Noel, which I think is Vanilla Bean Noel. This was really, really dense, rich cookie cake scent. It was basic, but it was good. I really enjoyed it as just a really sweet, really rich, really dense, just cakey bakery. I would repurchase it if I needed a scent like this. I don't because I have so many, but it was a good one. This one was October Kiss, pumpkin pecan waffles, butter brickle, and zucchini bread. This was a good one. This was a delicious, just like buttery, rich, almost a little syrupy zucchini bread scent. For some reason, this one started to lose its scent, I noticed, which has never happened to me with Sassy Girl Aroma. Granted, I got this from a D-Stash. I had melted most of it like a couple months ago, and then I went to go smell it again, and it was light. I put it in my open concept, and it was light, and I was upset. But then I put it in the small rooms, and it was good. So it isn't one that I would repurchase just because the performance was like hit or miss, which is so rare for Sassy Girl Aroma. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. But these scent notes, you kind of can't really go wrong. This was a good one. This was Pretzel Bakery, caramel, pretzels, ice cream scoop bread, sugar cookie dough, and zucchini. Not always the biggest fan of pretzel, but this pretzel was good. I think that I like the Sassy Girl Aroma pretzel. This is not the first time I've had it, but adding that ice cream scoop bread, which is so good. It's basically like a cakey, ice creamy bread. Love. Having zucchini bread in it, that is automatically gonna make me like it a lot more. And having the caramel, the sugar cookie dough, it really outweighed the pretzel. It was a very salty scent, but there was so much sweetness and density to it that it just worked. I would definitely purchase that one again. And that's if I'm in the market for wax. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'd purchase it again. All right, I have a couple from Glitterati. This first one was from summer. This is County Fair. I absolutely love this scent. I have purchased it. I will continue to purchase it. It is like this cotton candy donut, super sweet, delicious scent. It throws long and strong. All Glitterati does. Really good one. Definitely recommend. That's like a staple Glitterati, at least from the ones that I've tried. County Fair is worth the hype. This one was Plum Palo, Cashmere Plum, Palo Santo, and Coconut Milk. This was a really strong and long-lasting scent, but it was similar to me with the Squad Ghouls one from Rose Girls. That smoke, that palo with the plum was slightly odd to me. There was something about the smoky plum that I wasn't vibing with. But as far as like quality and performance of the wax, Glitterati is always right there on point. I have a couple from the Melt Stash. This first one was Dear Santa, Mrs. Claus's Cookies, Pink Sugar, and Marshmallow Fireside. This was really good, sweet, feminine cookie scent with this little hint of smoke from the Marshmallow Fireside. Mrs. Claus's Cookies is one of my favorite cookie scents. It's just like so buttery. It's a really, really good, like buttery, flaky sugar cookie scent. I like it by itself and in any blend. With the pink sugar and the marshmallow, it just added that extra sugary sweetness. But the Fireside definitely added a touch of something. This was a really good one. Definitely would repurchase this one. This one was Vanilla Lavender, Sugar Cookie Royale, Pink Sugar, and Palo Santo. This one, there was something about the way the vanilla lavender and the palo blended that I wasn't the biggest fan of. So vanilla lavender is that one, and lavender marshmallow can come off a little bathroomy to me on cold. Typically it goes away on warm. Something about adding the palo made it just smell like smoky vanilla lavender, but it just didn't work for me. There was something off-putting about the smokiness with the palo and that powdery vanilla. It was coming off very powdery, and I just wasn't the biggest fan of this one. But let me tell you, the Melt Stash knocks it out of the park with performance every single time. So I wouldn't repurchase this scent, but I definitely will continue to purchase from the Melt Stash. Her prices and her scents are just on point. I have a few from Fantasy Wax. This first one was Bonfire Bliss. Bonfire Bliss is a decent scent note. It's really just, to me, it smells kind of like fresh wood with a little bit of smoke. It's a very basic scent note. Great in blends. By itself, it was just fine. Like it didn't wow me. So I wouldn't buy Bonfire Bliss by itself ever, but this was nice for a sample. This was Duke and Daphne, Palo Santo, and Bear Claws. This was absolutely fantastic. Fantasy Wax has a really good Bear Claws oil. It's a really, really nice flaky pastry with like a cinnamon sugar. Adding the Palo to that was so good. If you've ever had Palo sugared streusel from Dessa's, which I think is a really popular one, it smelled really similar to that. This is definitely would be a repurchase. I actually do have some more of it in my collection, which I'm really happy about. This was the Boy Must Die Yellow Cake, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Cupcakes at Tiffany's. This was just a typical bakery. Honestly, none of these scent notes really stuck out as being more dominant than the other. This was just super sweet vanilla cookie cake. This is, yeah, I always will repurchase scents like that. It was a good one. It wasn't the strongest bakery blend that I've tried from Fantasy, so I would pick other ones over that one, but it was a good scent nonetheless. And then this one was Boom Boom Type with Strawberry Pound Cake. It was good. It was just like really rich, syrupy strawberry boom boom. I've like done a lot of strawberry boom boom scents now in life, and I'm not like burnt out from them, but it's also winter, so I'm kind of on a break. But this is one that I would repurchase in the summer. Maybe I would add something else to it. I think it would be great with like a warm vanilla sugar or something, but Strawberry Boom Boom, you really can't go wrong with. I have a bunch of samples from the Candle Nurse. This first one was Lady in White, Beach After Dark, which is a house blend, salty pretzel, whipped cream, and wedding cake. This was bomb. This was so good. It reminded me of that custom that I made with L3, that powdered donut boardwalk salty sea air one. It kind of reminded me of that, but instead of salty sea air, it had salty pretzel, which was really interesting. But the whipped cream and the wedding cake was just this really rich, sweet white cake, very dense. It came out on warm. I liked this scent. It was really good, and I definitely would repurchase that, or I would purchase that one because that was a sample. This was Ashes to Ashes by the Fireplace type, smoky vanilla, toasted marshmallows, and sugar cookie royale, and Palo Santo. This is another one that I definitely would grab. It was really, really good. I love By the Fireplace type. It's the Mason Margiela dupe. Oh my god, it is such a good sweet and smoky scent. And then there was a lot of other smoke added in with the smoky vanilla embers, the Palo Santo, the toasted marshmallow, but it wasn't too smoky. The sugar cookie royale really rounded it out. This was a really good one. This one was Sweet Baby Bear, strawberry pound cake type, roasted marshmallows, Palo Santo, smoky vanilla embers, and pink sugar. This one was not as much my favorite. I am coming to realize that smoke with fruit is not vibing with me. That is exactly the thing that I had with this one. Similar to those smoky pear scents, the strawberry pound cake mixed with the Palo Santo, the fire roasted marshmallows, and the vanilla embers, the fruit and the smoke just was not hitting for me personally. Sorry, dropping things. This one was Minga's Sweet Cream, creamy whipped vanilla, hint of fruit, tonka bean, and sandalwood. This one, I was obsessed with this one on cold. On warm, it wasn't as much my favorite, and I'll tell you why. Same reason. There's something in my nose that's become sensitive to this. The hint of fruit with the sandalwood smelled, this to me smelled like a smoky strawberry jam, honestly, and it just was not my jam. But her wax performs so beautifully, and I cannot wait to continue to melt more of it because it was really fantastic. That is nothing on the formula. The scent combinations weren't for me, but her wax, in my experience, is very, very good. I have 3 here from that Smell Good shop, 3 really good ones. This was Pink Lavender Mallows, Pink Sugar, Relaxing Lavender, and Sticky Sweet Mallows. This was just a gorgeous, super sweet, feminine, girly, relaxing scent. Definitely would repurchase this. Absolutely loved that Pink Lavender Mallows one. And then this one is another really good one, Dr. Sleep, Boom Boom, Boardwalk Mallow Clouds, and Sweet Lavender. This was so good. It was definitely Boom Boom dominant. I feel like Boom Boom tends to do that in scents, but I could smell that kind of like creamy, lightly floral Boardwalk Mallow Clouds, and then the really good Sweet Lavender added this like soothing quality to it. This was very summery, but very good. It was like a nice, relaxing summery scent. Definitely would repurchase that one. This was another really good one. Yellow Brick Road, Warm Vanilla Sugar, Sugar Cookie, and Zucchini Bread. This is just a really dense, sugary bready bakery. I would definitely compare this to Love Affair from L3 if you are looking for a Love Affair dupe and you want to, since that Smell Good shop does customs all the time. This one is really close. I love Love Affair. It's a great scent. These notes, warm vanilla sugar, sugar cookie, and zucchini bread, are always gonna throw strong in my home and be long lasting. This is just kind of like a go-to scent for my house, so definitely would repurchase that one. I got through a few things from Penny's wax melts, which was great because all of these, except for one that I got in a round robin, were from last year, and I realized I had a lot of free time at one point, and I realized that I was not using my wax that was in shot cups because I like to pre-cut my wax, and I do not like to pre-cut a shot cup and then put the pieces back in the shot cup. actually sends a chill up my spine thinking about it. So I really went and rebagged and relabeled all of my shot cups. So I did that with my Pennies wax melts, and lo and behold, I started using it, which was great. This first one, Autumn in the Park, this was so good. This really smelled like a really nice atmospheric fall day. It smelled like crisp leaves. It smelled like fresh tree bark. It smelled like a cool breeze somehow even. Little hint of apple, but barely. This was really good. Really loved that. Would repurchase. This one was Toasted Praline Pear. This was just kind of like a super light, creamy, like slight, it almost smelled like the slight nuttiness of like a pistachio with pear. It was fine. It almost smelled like a more lotiony to me. It was certainly not bad, but not one that I would repurchase, but not bad. This was Blueberry Pecan Waffles. This one was just a little bit too rich and syrupy for me. I like, even in life, like I like the fake syrup, and I also want my like waffle or pancake scents to smell like the fake syrup. This smelled a little too real for my liking, but I got good throw from all of my Pennies. She sells on Etsy, and I feel like I never hear anyone talk about her wax, but every single thing I've tried from her has been good. So at least as far as like performance and stuff, whether I prefer the scents, that's on me, but as far as performance, everything has been good. So I do recommend her shop on Etsy. Okay, I got through a bunch of Sweet Tooth scents. This first one was French Bourbon Reserve. This was so good. This reminded me a lot of Angel Share, Killian's Angel Share. The notes listed are jasmine, sambac, bergamot, vanilla bourbon, and leather. I'm not a leather fan. I didn't smell leather at all. This honestly just smelled like an oak barrel, like sweet vanilla whiskey. It was so highly recommend and would repurchase. This was Vanilla Snowflake, spearmint, vanilla, coconut flakes, and fir needles. This is a type, and it is one of my favorites. I absolutely love Vanilla Snowflake. To me, the spearmint is very light. It just is like a whisper of a mint that smells almost like a cool air. It's definitely more of a vanilla coconut. I love this scent, and I definitely would repurchase. Did well, performed great. This one was Last Night's Bonfire, cedar, smoke, pine, brown sugar, and charred wood. This really reminded me of like the Bonfire Bliss. This one was okay. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't my favorite bonfire scent because it was definitely heavier on like the wood, and there was that sweetness of the brown sugar, and I prefer like a heavy wood smoke on bonfire scents, so I wouldn't repurchase this one, but it was good. This was Sweet Tooth Scents Bourbon Wood. This one, unfortunately, I got no throw from, so I don't have anything to say about it. That's the only time that's happened for me with Sweet Tooth Scents, so I think it was just a one-off. I typically get like really good performance. This one was Palo Santo and Smoked Oud. This was just a nice like masculine, smoky, slightly cologne-y scent, but really good, not overdone. I really enjoyed this one. I would repurchase this one for my fiance because she loves those types of scents. Okay, I have three from Britta's. This first one was Beach Nights, Black Amber and Lavender, and Vanilla Musk. This was so good. This was the Beach Nights that I like. That Beach Nights type from Bath & Body Works that is like super sweet. And then the Black Amber and Lavender with the Vanilla Musk. It just was this like, it's this really good, beachy, feminine, almost like not almost, it definitely is like a musky like body care scent but with this beachiness. The lavender adds a little something. This one's hard to describe, but really good. Would definitely repurchase this one. This one was Iroquois Park, Ozark Forest, Rustic Lodge, Smoked Oud, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. This is a 1000% would repurchase. This was the most amazing like tree woody bakery ever. It was so good. It was the perfect balance of the tree, the wood, the smoke, and the bakery. Loved it. This smelled like you were baking in the woods. Absolutely obsessed with that one. Would repurchase for sure. And then this one was Bad Dreams, lavender, sweet and creamy, and vanilla musk. This one was good. It was just like a musky lavender with vanilla. I like it because I don't like the vanilla lavender period scent oil. This was lavender plus vanilla musk, and it did it the way I wanted to. This is just a really nice, relaxing, soothing body care lavender and vanilla with a little bit of a muskiness to it that adds like a depth and a maturity. Would I repurchase this? Probably not, because I have so many lavenders that I'm so obsessed with, but this one was good. And it's one I would recommend, although I wouldn't necessarily repurchase it, if that makes sense. A couple or three from The Pharmacist's Daughter. This first one was Pink Frosted Cake, Strawberries, and Birthday Cake. This was so good. This was just a delicious strawberry birthday cake. It was sweet. The ratios were perfect. I absolutely loved it, and I would repurchase that one. This one was Boardwalk Bread, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Zucchini Bread, and Baked Pie Crust. This was so good. The Boardwalk Mallow Clouds, that scent note blended with zucchini bread, it does something special because it's this marshmallowy, summery, like lightly floral sweet scent with this super deep bread. And then pie crust is like this salty, flaky crust. You would think that they don't make sense, but they do. They transform into this really, really gorgeous, summery, but rich and sophisticated scent. I would definitely repurchase this one. I really enjoyed it. And then this one was a custom of mine. I called it Rhiannon, but it's vanilla pound cake, zucchini bread, and cinnamon sugar donuts. Another that I would absolutely repurchase. I think I did a great job on this custom. It was such a good heavy bakery. That's what I was going for. I want like the heaviest heavy bakery possible. So vanilla pound cake is such a heavy vanilla cake scent. Zucchini bread, you've got it there. And then cinnamon sugar donuts is a scent that I absolutely love. To me, it is not a spicy cinnamon by any means. It is just cinnamon sugar with fried dough. And this just made the perfect heavy dense bakery that is just a go-to anytime for me in my house. So really, really love that one. Definitely would repurchase. I have three from Waxy Taffy, which is a vendor that I really enjoy. This one was tea for two. I don't have the scent notes on it, but it was an Earl Grey lavender scent. It was really, really nice. The Waxy Taffy lavender, all of these scents that I have here are lavender, and it's a really nice lavender. It has a little bit of a soapy quality to it, but I mean that in the best way possible. It is a really, really nice scent. With the Earl Grey tea, it added this nice herbalness. This was really soothing, really nice. Would repurchase this one. I also would repurchase this one, Tiffany's Lavender Peppermint Cupcakes. So cupcakes at Tiffany's, sweet lavender and peppermint. This was so good. The way that the peppermint was done was absolutely perfect in my opinion, and it was just a whisper, not a scream. It was just this little hint of peppermint with that cupcakes and Tiffany's being so rich and sweet. And then the lavender, it was a really, really nice, soothing, sweet, relaxing blend. Would repurchase this one. And I also would repurchase this one. None of these are considered repurchases because all of these I got in either friend mail or round robin. So these would just be purchases. But this was fresh strawberries, sweet lavender, and vanilla custard pie. This was a really, really good lavender strawberry scent. It was the perfect balance of sweet, fruity, and herbal. It did so well in my bedrooms and bathrooms. And these taffy pieces are just perfect. So they're really convenient. I really, really like this one. Would repurchase and definitely recommend checking out Waxy Taffy. I have had great luck with their wax. I have two from Salt Mountain Melts. This first one was Barbie a la mode, pink sugar, cotton candy frosting, southern vanilla ice cream cone. This one was good, but I do feel like it was overhyped for me. So many people were so obsessed with this, and I got it and I liked it, but I didn't love it. This is not one that worked in open concept for me. It has to be a small space scent, and it was just very, very, very sweet, sugary, rich, feminine, and it was nice, but it wasn't, like I said, because it didn't work in open concept, and it was just almost overwhelmingly sweet, which is so rare that I feel that way. I'm thinking that maybe if this had like a mallow fireside or something in it, just something else to offset that overly rich, not even rich, just sugary sweetness, I might have enjoyed this more, but this is not one that would be a repurchase for me. This one, however, would be. This was so good. Vanilla birch, roasted pine cones, and strawberry pound cake. This honestly mainly just smelled like roasted pine cones with the strawberry pound cake. It was amazing. A vanilla birch, I can actually smell it a little more in here, but it's that vanilla birch that's not as birchy. It's actually a little more musky, almost cologne-y. I talked about the strawberry with the roasted pine cones with that L3 scent. It's such a good one, but I liked this strawberry pound cake with the roasted pine cones so much better. This was really, really good. Feminine, but earthy, sweet, worked in open concept and in small spaces. Definitely would repurchase this one. I have two from Southbound, both that I got in round robins. This first one was confetti cake cookie jar, sweet buttery confetti. Oh, sweet buttery coffee. No, sweet buttery toffee, fluffy buttercream, fluffy vanilla cake, frosted sugar cookies, sugar cookie dough, super sugar cookies, and vanilla shortbread cookies. I'm having a hard time because the label's faded. This was so dense, rich cookie and frosting. It was like, seriously, it smelled like I was baking cookies, but that the cookies were never cooking. Like, it was just cookie dough, warm cookie dough. It was so good. And there was a frosting note in it. Through strong, really nice. I would purchase this one. It reminded me a lot of the Scoopable scent. What is it? Cookie Land 3 Cakes. That's what this reminded me of. Cookie Land 3 Cakes, and it was really good. This one was also really good. This was bread and jam, crisp, fresh baked baguette with sweet strawberry, blackberry, and raspberry jam. I grabbed this from the round robin, one of the more recent ones that I did, because Southbound is one of the only vendors that I have enjoyed their berry scents, the raspberry, the blackberry. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint on warm. This was as good as I was hoping it would be. The jam was perfect. It was a deep, rich, fruity jam. There was not a floral or a harshness to be found with the bread. Oh my gosh, this was so good. I definitely would buy this one. Highly recommend for my people who want to like those berry scents or like them in theory, but the execution and the translation just does not always fit. That one's really good. Now I have Scoopable. So I have one sample. This was strawberry, lavender, and birthday cake. Stunning. Absolutely amazing. I think of all of the strawberry lavender scents that I had this month, the waxy taffy, the L3. This one was my favorite. This was really, really good. I just love lavender and strawberry together. And this birthday cake really came through for me, which was a surprise. I really liked this. And then I have two actual scoops. This first one was just plain ice cream scoop bread, buttercream, vanilla, and cookie dough. This was a good, just basic, sweet bakery. I don't even want to say that it's bready because it's really not. It honestly just smells like baked. Like if cookie dough that was in ice cream was baked into bread. That's what it smelled like. And I enjoyed it a lot. This one was really good too. This was frosted 3 cakes, yellow cake, birthday cake, cream cheese frosting, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. The cream cheese frosting from both Scoopable and Rose Girls makes everything better. This was just a really, really, really heavy, dense, rich frosted cake scent. Really enjoyable. And now I am down to all of my singles here, my one-offs.